Window cleaning belt here. It's set up for commercial right now. I use a 12-inch and an 18-inch wagtails for my pole work. I also have the angle arm in the truck. For my hand tools, I use a 16-inch wide body channel by Ed. It's got the 0-degree option here on the handle, which I find really useful sometimes for my commercial work. I also have an 18-inch. It doesn't have, because this handle is a little awkward to get used to. I've had it for quite a few years. And when I'm using it, I usually use my thumb right here to try to fight, because that is spring-loaded and it wants to kind of pop back on you, which it's supposed to do, but it gets a little aggravating when you don't need it. I've just gotten used to it over the years, so it is a nice tool once you get used to it, but my 18 is what I use the most for my hand tools on commercial, and I just have a regular swivel handle on there. I use the Micro Tiger sleeve. I also use the Porcupine. I think the Porcupine got really dirty earlier, so I just switched over to my Micro Tiger. I use a 6-inch Auger Scraper. I don't use the caps ever. I usually, when I get them, I just throw them away. I always keep a holster on me. The most annoying thing is taking that cap off every single time I need to scrape a Scotch tape off or bird droppings or whatever. I would rather just be able to slide it right back in and out. My pouch here, I've learned that you should always keep business cards on you, always, 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 so you don't want someone to ask you for a card and have to go back to the truck and get it. So in here, I keep extra business cards. This is also where I keep my invoices and my cell phone, because the last thing I want to do is when I'm finished with a job, I need to drop the invoice off and get going. I don't want to go back to the truck and get more things. I carry a 6-inch squeegee for cleaning up sills. My hug towels are in here. I always keep a little bottle of water with solution in it. This way, if I'm inside somewhere and I need just a little bit more water, I can just spray that on my mop. I don't have to go back outside, dip my mop. I use that all the time. Most of the time I don't even take a bucket with me now, I just use that. I use steel wool. I have 2 pouches here, and I'll keep the steel wool I'm working with that's wet, I'll keep in here. I'll keep a backup over here, because when this one rusts, you obviously don't want to use that, so I'll keep a backup. But remember, doing that, you're going to have to wash your bag more, because it's going to gather rust at the bottom of the bag. Now if I'm doing residential, say I'm doing a lot of French windows, I'll keep a wet one in here and just a dry one. That way, say if I'm doing, like I said, French windows, if I see any drag marks, I can take the dry one and just kind of buff those out as I go. But it keeps them separated for you, so you can always have a wet one and a dry one if you need. I keep a little clip here. This clip is great for if you have a lot of detailing on some pole work, or say if you just see some cobwebs and you don't want to go out and get a duster or whatever, and you can just wrap a towel around it and get your cobwebs off. I also carry a little angle arm. I prefer my wagtail angle arm, but say for some reason it's not with me, I didn't think I needed it, I've always got an angle arm on me. I always carry extra razors with me. I use the stainless steel razors. I don't like the carbon, they rust too fast. And I always carry a paint can opener for screens. Back in there. Now, when I was saying it changes for residential, the only thing that changes really are my squeegees for the most part. I'll take out the one that I just clean up sills with. I'll take out my wide body channels over here, and I use these tools over here. I don't really like the wide body channels for residential. I would prefer to have the slimmer ones. I usually use a 16. This is a 12. I have a little 6 here, and I always carry a wagtail with me for residential, just because sometimes there's awkward positions that you can't, it's really hard to get to with these normal squeegees. These are really great, and they also add a little length too. So say if you're on a ladder and you need just that little bit more, you're on the ground, you need just a little bit more reach, these provide just a little bit more reach for them. But for the most part, my Ledge Easy, I really like this handle. I like the angle on it. I like working with it. For deep sills, you'll find a lot of deep sills in houses. At least the ones I clean, I have a lot of deep sills, so they're really nice for closing out. Sometimes you can put your other hand on here and just kind of help assist with that closing out, and it won't jump there or jugger at the end of the window. The only other thing that changes sometimes, I might take my scraper off. Like for example, I had a home yesterday. They love having their windows open, and they haven't cleaned their windows in years. I used the spray bottle comes in handy every once in a while. It's a little clunky, and yes, you could always just carry a bottle with you, but I like having my hands free. So I've already done the exterior work. I'll just slip off my scraper and just slide this on my belt. And this Auger sprayer is great for sills, or say if I'm dusting fans and they're really bad, they need more than just a dusting. They have to be cleaned. So I'll take that sprayer with me, spray down a towel, and then clean it up. But yeah, so that's about what changes. That's about the only thing that changes, just this little set of squeegees. And then again, you need to have different tools for every situation. I've probably got at least 20 more channels in the car. I cut channels a lot of times if I need different sizes for different windows, especially for French. Other than that, I'll keep just your standard, 18, 22, 16. But I'm one of those people, you can't ever have enough channels and squeegees. So, but anyways, that's my window cleaning belt. That's basically what I do for commercial versus residential. And yeah, that's it. So if you're looking for ideas on how to set up your belt, I hope this video helps. All right.